Before we set up our Facebook ad, we need to first set up our ad account. So what we're gonna do right now is go to business.facebook.com, and this is the business manager website for Facebook, and you need to create an account with your business name. So here I'm just gonna set up a fake business name of mine, which is Grocery Now. And I'm gonna type in Grocery Now test. And then we're gonna move on to the next stage. You just type in all the necessary information you need to set up this account, and then click on finish. Boom. We'll now move over to the ads manager by clicking on this ads manager thing on the left and click on create ad on top of the page here, which will bring us to a page where you can choose the objective for your campaign. Now, this is essentially the first step you need to do for any kind of Facebook ad that you want to run, whether it be retargeting or prospecting. And there's all these objectives from send people to your website, increase conversions on your website, boost your posts, and all the other possible objectives on Facebook. And now we're going to choose increase conversions on your website. And the first thing you need to do on this website conversions section is, of course, set up a pixel. And if you click on create pixel here, you can actually create one. And I'm gonna type Grocery Now test conversion. And if you click on create pixel, now we have the pixel already. And here you can choose to either install pixel now or email pixel code. We're going to choose install pixel now. And what you see here is the Facebook pixel code, which you can copy and paste on your website. And once you have it on your website, you can track all your website visitors' behaviors and eventually set up retargeting campaigns off of this pixel code. Now that we have this ready, we're going to click on done. Cool. So we have now successfully created our pixel for Facebook. And let us now close this and go to the main dashboard of Facebook Ad Manager. And in the next video, we're gonna move over to create the actual customer list that we can use in retargeting and new user acquisition campaigns as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Before we create the customer list for retargeting, I thought it would be helpful to go over how you can actually install the Facebook pixel code on your website. Now, it's actually a very simple process, but for those of you who weren't familiar with the actual implementation, this video would be quite helpful. So the first thing you need to do is, of course, have the Facebook pixel code ready. So what I have right now on text edit here is the Facebook pixel code that we just created together. Now, what we're going to do is copy this first part of the code and actually paste this code on your website, whether it be HTML code or JavaScript code. This is essentially all you need to paste on your website. What we're going to do right now is go over to a website that I created for this exercise, and then see how we can actually install this pixel code on each page that we want. So let's go to the website, and boom, here you go. So this is called Grocery Now, and it's an imaginary business that I created for this exercise. And this is something that lets you get all the groceries you want delivered within 3 hours. which is awesome. Cool. So we're gonna move over to shop page. We have this beautiful picture over here, and we're gonna click on strawberries. It's my favorite. And if you think about all the events or behaviors of your customer on your website, essentially one of the key events that you want to track is this add to cart event. Well, if it's like any kind of business related to selling anything on your website, right? So what we're going to do is place this pixel on this add to cart page, and by putting the pixel on this page, we're going to be able to place cookie on everyone who's ever visited this page, and that will eventually let us target them on our customer list. So here, if you look at the page source, well, this is the HTML code for this specific page, and this is essentially where you need to paste the Facebook pixel code that we just copied. So to do that, I have actually copied the entire code on TextEdit. And what we need to do here is find head and simply Command V the Facebook pixel code that you just created. And boom. So we have the Facebook pixel code installed on this specific add to cart page. And here, one thing you can do to better track each event is at this section where you have page view, you can actually try to rename it for tracking purposes. So for add to cart, when you go back to the Facebook pixel code document, you have this little snippet of code where you can use for add to cart event. And all you need to do is change this part with this add to cart. And everything's the same for all the other events, and this helps you track proper events on Facebook when you try to set up different campaigns with different objectives. And that's pretty much it. Now we have the Facebook pixel installed on our website. You see, it's actually a very simple process, but in any case, you are curious about any specific details, feel free to reach out to me or even directly to your web developer. And this would be a really simple process for them. So yeah, that's it. And now we have the Facebook pixel code ready. So let's move on to actually using this pixel code in our campaigns. Now let's move on to actually create the customer list for our retargeting campaigns. Yay! So we're back here on our dashboard for Facebook Ad Manager. And what we're going to do now is click on Tools and Audiences. And this will bring us to this page where you have all the different options to come up with different audiences. For this video, we're going to use custom audiences and click on custom audience here. And you have these different options: customer release, website traffic, app activity, and this is essentially all the different options you can use to upload or create your customer list. But for pixel-based one, we're gonna choose website traffic. And actually in the next video, we're gonna work on using the customer list that you may already have. So let's click on website traffic now. And what you see here is the pixel that we created together. And this shows a red light because the pixel hasn't been fully uploaded on my server yet. But once you install the pixel properly, this will show green light. And here on the website traffic, you can choose anyone who visits your website, or you can try to specify any kind of particular page that you want to track. So if you click on the second option, which is people who visit specific web pages, you can type in any kind of page that you want to track. So for the grocery now exercise, I can type in my URL, and if it's a index page that you want to track, you can type in index.html, and that's pretty much it. But otherwise, if you want to come up with different combinations of creating customer lists, you can even choose a third option, which is people visiting specific web pages, but not others. So if you want to exclude anyone who's actually bought any kind of product that you want to sell, you can type in the purchased page, and this will help you exclude those specific users from getting your retargeting campaigns with this customer list. So that's how you can set up different combinations. You can also choose to target people who haven't visited in a certain amount of time. But for this exercise, let's choose anyone who visits your website. This will be essentially everyone who comes to your website in the specific time period. And I would usually try to have a wider time frame just to have a large enough audience. And I'll put 180 days, which is the maximum date you can have on Facebook. And you type in audience name. And for this exercise, let's just type in all visitors. And well, maybe say 180 days. And create audience. Boom, click on OK. And now we have our first customer list, which will be automatically populated every time the pixel is fired on your website. But again, this says that my pixel is not installed. Obviously, I haven't uploaded the code yet. But if you want to create multiple audiences, you can repeat this process by clicking on create audience, create custom audience, and you can again go through this process and maybe specify different time period or different combinations of audiences, and that way you can come up with a better target audience with more specificity. We have just created our first customer list based on Facebook Pixel. This is awesome. And in the next video, we're gonna see how we can create customer list using your own email list or phone numbers. And thank you for watching. Now we're gonna move on to create a Facebook customer list using your existing customer data. It could be in the form of emails or phone numbers or App Store IDs. But once you have all the customer data ready from your database, it's actually really simple. So what we're going to do right now is go to Excel, and these are all the IDs of the customers on my website. Of course, this is fake for this exercise, but in real life, you can use your actual customer email list and paste them all on an Excel spreadsheet. And then what we're going to do is Command S, save this list. I'm going to name it customer list number 1, and then save it in comma separate values .csv format, and save it. And once we have the file ready, we're going to go back to Facebook Ad Manager, and in this audience tab, we're going to click on create audience. And as you remember, we're going to click on customer audience again. And here, instead of clicking on website traffic, we're going to choose customer list, which lets you match emails, phone numbers, Facebook user IDs, or even mobile phone numbers to people on Facebook. This is really powerful if you think about it. You can specifically target the people that you want to show your ads on Facebook, and Facebook does a really good job of helping you find those people on Facebook. So we're going to click on customer list, and you have different options to upload your customer data. You can either upload the file or even copy and paste your customer list. This could be in the form of emails, phone numbers, Facebook user IDs, or even mobile ad IDs. And you can even try to import it from MailChimp if you're using this email service. So here for this exercise, we're gonna click on upload a file. And here, as you can see, text files can be uploaded over here, and you can choose on this tab whether it's emails, app users, phone numbers, or mobile advertiser IDs. Click on upload file, and we're gonna click on this customer list one.csv file that we just created, and create audience. Boom. So it usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes based on the size of your list before it actually shows up here on your audiences. Um, and another option that Facebook lets you do at this point is, directly linking an ad with your custom list, or even try to expand your audience, which is essentially creating a lookalike audience, which means like all the people that Facebook thinks are similar to the target audience you have. You can try to play with the audience size here, specific country you can choose, and you can definitely specify the source of the lookalike list. But for this exercise, I'm going to click on cancel. And as you see here, we have this customer list created off of the customer data that we have. It says the audience is too small. Obviously, 20 is definitely too small for an ad campaign. But I imagine in real life, you'd have thousands and thousands of customer data of your valued customers. And if you copy them and upload them on Facebook just this way, that will give you a big enough audience to serve your ads.